Hey everyone, welcome back to the Urban Wrestling Network and of course the 10 Pounds of Podcast. My colleague is actually MIA at the moment at Muffins Martinez. We miss you. But I have someone just as good. To my right, ladies and gentlemen, my co-host, Bodhi. How are you?
What's really good, ladies and gentlemen? Y'all already know what it is, man. Like, subscribe, share, all that good shit. 10 pounds of podcast. We are back like cooked. Y'all know what it is, man. I don't want to finish that for the little boys and girls that shouldn't hear that. Let's drop some shit on them.
Alrighty, with that being said, NWA Powerrr 10-4, sorry, 10-3 episode, I think it actually was. Sorry, correction. The 10-3 episode. And we kick things off once again with another flawless introduction to the show. And it really set up the themes and it kind of told us what the storylines were basically about, kind of moving forward, at least in this episode: betrayal, revenge, and retribution. Which I kind of think it's kind of nice that they kind of added that in there for us. And so to get right into it, the number one contendership match for the NWA Women's World Tag Team Championships kicked off the show. And to me, this match was really good. And by the way, Natalia Markova and Taylor Ryzin took on M95. And, for me, I believed that M95 was going to win this one just because, they deserved their rematch that they haven't gotten, they lost to 95. And surprisingly, to me, this was an upset victory because Natalia Markova and Taylor Ryzin were victorious. Your thoughts on this match, Bodhi?
The queen of the NWA women's division isn't the women's champion. Markova runs that crowd. That's her crowd. There's no way you're going to have her and her new partner lose and slow any momentum down that they could have. Now, yeah, the other girls should have their rematch thing, and I don't know why they haven't. It's Billy Corgan, does some really smart stuff, does some really suspect stuff, but Markova dominated this match. This is, if they don't walk out with tag team gold, I'm going to be super surprised because Markova is on another level and nobody's doing what she's doing and nobody commands a crowd like she's commanding the crowd. They're just money right now. And every time that she steps into a ring, that crowd goes crazy for her. That's her crowd. So now I don't think this was an upset. I think that the dog in the fight won. They wanted it more, and they wasn't gonna have these cats who thought, we're at the top because we just lost it. Yeah, well, you just lost that spot. These girls came in, took your shit. That's their spot. You lost your spot because you weren't hungry enough. Markova to the top. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, yeah. So I mean, to me, the match was pretty solid. I just was more so surprised. I really thought we were going to see the rematch at Sound, but either or,
Now,
that it was a hell
this
of a match.
this group doesn't have a name, right?
No, they're brand new. That's what to me. That's why I said it was up. So their first time tagging. I was like, okay, this is interesting. I mean, it was basically a handicap match, but
Yeah, it was Markova
yeah,
versus the two of them.
yeah, because Taylor Ryzing just got whooped the entire time.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So after that, then we had Chris Silva Esquire and Bulletproof Blake Troop, who I definitely want to see more of for sure. I like the way he talks. He has like this type of like intensity level that I like to see. So definitely want to see more from him. But he had an interview backstage with Sam Leterna. To me, this was a pretty decent segment. It kind of did the job. It gave you a little bit of hype for the match coming up between Chris Silva Esquire and Jack Stain. What are your thoughts on it?
Um. Blake Bullet, whatever his name is. I'm gonna fuck up his name like I mess up everybody else's name. Blake, what's his name? Troop, some shit.
Yep.
Okay, that
Yeah.
guy. When you had your work thing and you went away, I talked about him briefly. I'm a big fan of this guy. I like what I've seen so far. I think that you're going to see a power game out of him. You're going to see an athletic game out of him. You're going to see a speed game out of this guy. And I think he's the complete total package. Like if this was baseball, he'd be a 5-tool player. sky's the limits for this young guy, and he has like this military thing about him, and I don't know if that's what the troop thing is all about, but he has this gung ho. I'm gonna run through a wall if I got to, like jarhead. I dig this guy, and I think that like when I first seen Mims, I was super high on him. He gives me that I'm going to be a force to be reckoned with, like Mims did when I first started watching Mims.
Okay, yeah, that's fair enough. I just want to see more of the guy because he definitely can talk. And the one time I seen him in ring, he was doing pretty good. So definitely want
Yeah.
to see more of him there. We followed up with a NWA Junior Heavyweight Championship match. The champion Colby Corino taking on Matt Vine. And once again, this is where I say that the NWA Junior Heavyweight division is the best division that MLW has. It This match was once again flawless. I had no issues with this match. The match was fun. It was entertaining. It was exciting, and it really looked like we could be looking at a new NWA Junior Heavyweight Champion. So for me, again, Colby Corino did win this match, but the match itself was perfect for me. What I did like, the commentary did touch up on Jamie Stanley being fired by Colby Corino, and I can't really blame Colby Corino for firing Jamie Stanley. All of a sudden, you're putting your title on line against this man, Jamie Stanley's other client, Joe Alonzo. Then he puts you in an awkward tag team match with Joe Alonzo and Homicide, and then the guy who's reffing your match, you just beat his son for the NWA Junior Heavyweight title. I don't know. There's a lot of shaky things Jamie Stanley did there, so I understand why Colby Corino fired him. I don't even like the Carinos. I prefer the Mortons, but I can't. So there's a lot going on here. Not to unpack.
You're throwing a lot of smut on Jamie Stanley's name. Like you're really trying to say that he's doing some shisty shit. That's what you're trying to imply.
I didn't say that. I didn't imply anything. If you assumed that, what the first three letters of assume are.
Well,
so if you assume that, I'm just saying that there are some. No. I'm just saying
you're implying it
on things that Jamie Stanley has agreed upon. That he set up the match for that tag team match with Joe Alonzo and Homicide and Kerry Morton as Ricky Morton as special guest referee.
Are you saying that he's not putting his guy in positions to make him a better champion, to put him through adversity, to make him be able to withstand anything, to make him the greatest champion of all time?
What I'm saying is that what he's doing. Now, what I'm saying is that he's putting himself in an awkward situation at Sound, or he was, because now you're representing both guys in this match. Who do you try to help out? You help out both? That doesn't help. Someone's going to feel jaded over the other.
Who do you help out? He sits on commentary and watches one of his clients win.
Then what do you do with the other one?
You prep him to win a belt next.
They're in the same damn division.
Don't matter. They could go and win. You're telling me that one of these guys can't just randomly go after EC3 or Bram or whatever?
I don't know. Man, not yet. Not yet.
What we got next? Because I'm not going to allow you to throw smut on Jamie Stanley's name.
I'm not throwing smut. I'm just calling it how it is. Anyway, next up we had Markova and the Ryzin promo, which that wasn't bad. All that really did just kind of give everyone that we can move forward is what that did was just kind of set up a little bit more hype for the match at Sound, and now we can look forward to seeing what Pretty Empowered response is going to be.
Yeah, but you could tell why they stuck these two together, because Markova doesn't really, to me, give you much on the mic, where the other girl is really comfortable talking her shit. So it looks like a pairing to get both over.
Yeah. I said, yeah, pretty much. So moving forward, Aaron Stevens promo, which I did enjoy, with Knox and Murdoch. So Knox and Murdoch, of course, were kind of annoying in that promo segment, but whatever. And that basically set up the Knights of the Round Table match. And the table is going to be round.
The round table isn't round. Like, listen, anybody that went to school past like fucking 5th grade, it was not a round table. It wasn't. Watch a fucking documentary. Learn something. I love history, and I'm not. Listen, good old Chef Bodhi here. You know, history, science, a lot of shit. I like a lot of shit, and I'm not gonna allow some goofy wrestling shit try to make the Knights of the Round Table a round table. What the fuck? It's insulting to anyone with a fucking 5th grade education. Anyone that's been outside their mother's basement. Anyone that knows at the age of 40 or 30 or 20 what wrestling is. Yeah. Yeah.
Huh. Well, I didn't put too much thought into it. I was like, all right, this sounds stupid already. Once I heard Knights of the Round Table, I was like, are we going back to the medieval fucking Stone Ages? But now it's gonna be a round table, not a square table, a square table, a triangle table, a rectangle table, not even
Listen,
a quadrangle table. So it's gonna be a round table.
the former Aces and Eights member should have knocked the teeth out of Aaron Flop Stevens because nothing he's done has worked. Outside of portraying the Miz, Aaron Stevens has never got any over doing anything besides trying to be the Miz.
He's got the BFT people over.
What's BFT?
Blunt force trauma.
And you're saying they're over?
Well, the crowd there hated, so he's doing something right. They're not liked, and they get a reaction, so it's got to be something.
Or is it that they just don't want to see them? There's a big difference.
That could be that too. That could be that too. I'm not even going to deny that. Maybe that's what it is. But for what it looks like, maybe they are over.
Okay, fair. What do we got next? Because I hope Knox or Nux or whatever his name is annihilates them. I don't care about his tag team partner, but the former Aces and Eights member, I hope he puts the beats to him.
Well, good old former NWA World Heavyweight Champion Trevor Murdoch, is it good enough for you?
No. I never liked him in his entire career from WWF to NWA and anything in between. Jesus. Nothing. Never once. He was the guy, I swear to you, if my homies would have been here and you would have said, yo, Trevor Murdoch, they would have been like, yo, isn't that the guy that we used to take specific breaks on? Like if we were going to go get a 40, go outside, chill, go take a piss, go make a snack. Yo, they would be laughing right now. Like, that guy still wrestles? Listen, I'm telling you. I'm telling
you. Moving forward, Camille and Tom Latimer promo / interview. I like this a lot. Camille once again stands out. And I like the fact that Leterna asked the question, hey, why don't you have an opponent at Samhain? Who's going to be? She filed denies having an opponent, won't have an opponent, but will be the enforcer for her husband, Tom Latimer, at Samhain. Your thoughts?
When I first seen her tweet out the I'm done, I've done everything I've had to do here, I've accomplished everything, I thought she was going to leave and have an opportunity like in AEW, WWE, Impact MLW, like somewhere, right? Then when she said, I'm back to being the insurance policy, I was like, oh, okay. She's like, I'm going to be there for my husband. This is, it's this, it's that. But then I was like, oh, shit, you could have done that and had a match. Like, it's, one match, then the next. You could have done both. But then something made me say, well, how come she's not having any contact with anything? And if she doesn't take a bump for a little while, what I think it might be, we'll find out if she doesn't take a bump. So if she doesn't take a bump for you know, for a little bit, I think something might be going on.
All right, fair enough. Yep.
We're
So
just
then
zoning
we
out
had
over
Chris
there.
Silvio Esquire. Who?
You were just like zoned, like.
I was listening.
Okay.
I was intensely listening. Anyway, Chris Silvio Esquire versus Jack Stane, the grudge match, as it was what it was built up as. And so, hopefully this time you were paying attention.
Yes,
so,
sir.
by the way, folks, we had take one of this, and take one got shot down with the whole power outage. But when we did take one, I had asked him about this, and he started talking about Tom Latterman. I started looking like he was crazy. So thankfully, part one will never come out, or take one will never come out.
Anyway. Listen, hold on. To my defense, the video of Von Miller being at practice popped off, so I started watching it while we were recording. And when you said something, I thought we were still on Bram, and I responded to the previous Bram thing instead of Jax Dane and Silvio.
But anyways, talking about Silvio here, he did what he was supposed to do, got jobbed, and then what happened after that? I love this though that they did this. Blake Chute comes out, they kind of tease it breaking down, and we can look forward to their match at Samhain. Your thoughts?
I mean, they let Silvio talk in the beginning, and I was surprised of, he was talking about the chair and his former colleague over there, and it just seemed like, yeah, all right, go talk your shit, get your few seconds, and let's make this longer than it gotta be, because I'm gonna wreck you real fast. And he got pummeled and annihilated. Jax Dane, it was legit, and I can't wait to see Jax Dane at Salmon, whatever they call this thing. I think that he's going to put some work in. I know what it is, but you get what I'm saying. I think, listen,
yes,
I like Jax Dane Dolo. I know him from Impact Wrestling, and I liked him. He was in a tag team with Crimson. They were like some war hero guys. They were cool. And I just think that this guy's going to he's a beast. Like, if you look at him, he's a freak of nature, that guy. Like, he looks like fucking Juggernaut. No?
No.
No? Okay.
Terrible. Terrible. Anyway, Joe Costanza with AJ Costanza. That was the interview. Yeah, me and you both go shrug. It did what it was supposed to. I didn't know I needed to see another match with what was it? It was for the what was it called? Hold on, I have it over here from last week's show. The NWA. Where is it? U.S. Tag Team Championships.
Dude,
yeah. So basically,
because this promo wasn't shit.
Yeah, it really wasn't. All right, next. Anyway, Mims and Zicky Dice, the promo. This is an actual promo. This is good. At least we got somewhere. Anyway, I was really surprised about how well Mims did here. He really held his own, and I think he had a better promo than Zicky Dice did. If I'm going to be honest with you, I really do think so. I think he out-talked Zicky Dice, which is very hard for people to do. Especially in NWA, they don't have that many talkers who can out-talk Zicky Dice or even keep up with them. So it kind of leads me to wonder what's going to happen next week, because we still have, in my head, I still have Chris Adonis lurking somewhere, either after this match is over to challenge Zicky Dice or to cheap shot Zicky Dice during the match and cost them the U.S. title, and they actually give Mims a quick run, or maybe it'll set up a three-way at Samhain to where, the belt goes off of Mims. But half of me is like, oh, Zicky Dice is still going to win this match, but the other half is like, well, I don't know now. I don't know. Mims made some really good points here. Why would NWA put the belt back on a guy who, well, Mm-hmm.
left the company
Mm-hmm.
because Zicky left the company. Like he wanted bigger, better. He went to Impact. Did not, they did nothing with him. They wasted him. Mims is here and dominated. Mims has had a really good. I'm a big fan of Mims. I like the kid. I think he's got super, super upside. Like he's not even close to anywhere of hitting his ceiling yet. The one thing with Mims is you didn't know if he could talk like this, right? Like it was the one part of Mims's game where it was kind of a gray area. You're like, well, I don't know if he can, or can he? Is he good enough to compete with somebody like Zicky Dice? Just did more for Mims than it did for Zicky Dice. You know what Zicky Dice is going to do. Zicky Dice is going to be able to talk. Mims out-talked him. And I'm a fan of Zicky Dice. I like Zicky Dice. But Mims out-talked him. Mims stole the show. And now to me, this makes you go, well, damn. Now, I didn't think this guy could do that. And now, why would you not put the belt on the kid? He's earned it. You left. You bounced. Fuck out of here.
Yeah. Yeah. So I said, I'm just.
Samhael is shaping up to be a
really just get back right now. Well, remember this match happens next week in the main event.
Oh, it's not on Samhael?
It is main eventing next week. We have less than a week to see that match.
Okay. The three of us have to be on.
And that's why I'm so confused. Yeah, but that's why I'm so confused because I'm like,
if Mims walks out of there as champ, we're dedicating the whole next show to Mims, and it's going to be the Mims cast.
You two can have fun with that. I'm not doing that. You two can have fun with that. I'm not doing that. But anyway,
I'm the Mims fan.
So
he's
I'll put under your like little name. No, I will put under your name, Mims' greatest fan, and we'll leave that title for it. I will even put it at the little banner here for you, okay? But I will not be a part of it now. Anyway.
All right, I'll see if I convince Muffins to make it happen.
Good luck with that one. I wish you luck in your conquest there. But anyway, main event time for the NWA National Heavyweight Championship. The man from the Southern Six himself, Throwbilly Silas Mason, the champion, taking on Dak Draper. It's Mims' tag team partner. And this was a solid match to me. I mean, we all know who was going to win, of course, but this was a solid freaking match. And there were a couple of times where Throwbilly was in trouble. And he got out of there. Honestly, I looked at this match and I was very pleased. I thought it was a great way to end the show with Throwbilly doing his thing. So, your thoughts on this match?
Hold on. My fault, because I was messing with my two little skull guys. Instead of asking me what did I think about the match, I'm not going to do that. I'm extremely biased. Throwbilly's my favorite in the Southern Six. I'm not even going to talk that. Now, my question to you is, at the end of this, when the 3 count happened, what was your initial thoughts? When that last bang came down, thoughts were what?
Great match.
Great match.
And I can't wait
what
for
does
next
it
week
do
because I have so many questions that haven't been answered. For Throwbilly?
Yeah.
It's showing that we're going to have a dominant NWA National Heavyweight Champion. And that if you step up, you better not miss. Because the Throwbilly is going to take you for a joyride.
Okay, do you think right now, after this match and the body of work that you've seen, let's just say since 75, promos, in-ring, everything, would you consider Throwbilly a top elite talent in MLW?
In MLW, what?
I mean, in NWA, sorry. I'm an MLW podcast. NWA.
Let's say, fuck out of here with that one. Fuck MLW. This is 10 pounds of podcast. We don't do that shit over here.
It's what I talk, so it's easy to think of the name because that's what I talk. But in NWA? Is he a top elite?
I love that you're like, I'm not answering that question.
Is he a top elite fucking person? Yes or no?
I think yes. He's top five. Definitely top five. He's got to be up there at top five, at least. I didn't say top three.
Real Billy. Taking names and taking them to get ladies.
Billy,
That's what's happening.
Like, exactly. And if I had to give you a top three right now, I think he's probably two. He's two for me.
EC3 than him?
He's definitely two for me. EC3's not even in my top three.
Well, he's the 10 pounds of gold champion. EC3's the face of the company right now.
He is, but I've only seen 2 matches from him, and the first one was a dud because it was with Tyrus, and the second one was him beating Jay Bradley, and that was he's not in my top three right now. I would have to say top three wise, I think Ken Stage right now is 3 for me. I've seen more matches from her than anybody at the moment since 75, so she's 3. And actually, let me move Silas to 1. Yeah, so Throwbilly goes 1. Paige stays at 3, and for me, it's a tie between 3 people. I think they're all critical right now. Kerry Morton, Colby Carino, Joe Alonzo. They have to be up there for 2. They're tied.
Okay, I'm good with that. But 2 of those in your list are Southern 6 guys.
Our Southern 6, yeah. And the only reason why I put Kerry Morton up there, was because he won me over not at night 1, at night 2. When he went against Matt Cardone, was calling himself the face. It was a different character attitude than what we see in night 1. So that showed me this kid can do the whole brash and cocky, but he can also do I'm the man. This is my shit right here. And so I was like, okay, this kid's really got some talent here. And so that's why he earned that for me.
My point with this was, if you look at everyone you named, they're super young. So NWA right now has such an amazing core to go to that next level with and grow, and they grow with it and keep growing. And NWA is in such a good place, especially when you got the Southern 6 running rum shot in that bitch.
Hell yeah. And you know the best part is, if you mention MLW, I'm gonna mute you for a couple seconds. This is 10 pounds of podcast. This is not the MLW podcast. We don't cover shit in this podcast. Okay, we cover greatness. We cover greatness at the 10 pounds of podcast. Okay, that's why it's such a heavy podcast. It's 10 pounds of podcast here. Okay.
Yeah, it's why I'm here, because I'm the prime time. I'm your Coach Dion.
I was about to say, are you trying to say something about some other people here? I was like, yikes, hot takes.
Listen, when I'm on the show, it's big things happen, right? When you two do a show, it's all right. You know, I bring a level of fucking amazing greatness every time I jump on one of these things. You two, like, you're learning. You're getting better.
I think you mean Amazing Grace at this point.
That's what they sing when they see.
Folks, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please do as always, folks.
Hold on.
Leave a like. Leave
a
comment. No, you got your moment in the spotlight. We gave you it.
Amazing Grace. That's what they start singing every time that my video and they see that Bodhi _UWN. It's motherfucking greatness. Ladies and gentlemen, the OG, Boricua Dandada. Y'all already know what it is, man.
Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. We hit the 30-minute mark. We almost did. So, anyway, we'll see you guys next week, unless NWA USA comes back, and maybe me and Muffins will do another one. But until then, I have fun doing these with everyone. So, from the team, for myself, for Bodhi, goodbye, everybody. Subscribe to the UWN channel on Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. Do we have a Telegram? Do we have that yet? No.
A what?
Do we have a Telegram?
Telegram?
A Telegram. Yeah, there's an app called Telegram.
What the
Okay,
fuck
never
is
mind, everybody.
Telegram?
Thank you guys, everybody. Peace out.